All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. We are here. It is Montreal Monday, and oh boy, is the Fanatic just a wee bit tired tonight. But you know what? I'm a little late, but that's okay because we're going to get this show on the road pretty quickly this evening. Now, if you were with us last week, we made it. We made it pretty far. We're through just about August of 2001. The team is rocking and rolling, and we are making our way, hopefully, towards a berth in the playoffs. So we have got quite the road to travel here tonight, trying to get this team through the month of September and then into, hopefully, a wild card series. And maybe we'll even get to see the entirety of that here this evening. So for those of you who have been with us before, welcome back into the show. For those of you who are new, we'd like to welcome you as well. Once again, just a quick little summary of what we've done so far. We are the Montreal Expos. This is a team that we brought back to life after being basically, somewhat forgotten in the early 2000s. Of course, they did move to Washington. They did become the Nationals, and they did win a World Series as the Nationals. So, but it's our job now to try and revive this team, bring them back from the dead, and, well, try to win them a World Series in Olympic Stadium. So that's where we are. Season number one was the 1998 Expos. It was not the greatest. We struggled mightily with that club. Only managing to scrounge about 68, 69 victories. Of course, the second season we went out, we had free agency. We saw Ken Griffey Jr. was added to the team. Mark Grace came to the team. Trevor Hoffman was picked up in a trade. The team started to get better and better. That season, we missed the playoffs by just a game or two as the Houston Astros were able to hold us off. Late in the season. Actually, the Houston Astros played spoiler in that season, so you have to go back and check that out. And then, of course, we had season number 3, where we did make the playoffs, but got throttled by the eventual National League champion Florida Marlins, who then went on to get swept by the Yankees in the World Series. So, yeah, it's been quite the road here through 3 seasons, now almost all the way through 4. And for those of you who have been here all the way through my AGM, my JGM, you've seen us kind of build this club from the ground up. So here we are now heading into September of what would be 2001 in this world, and well, in our world, and what we'll show is, I think, 2028 on the screen. So, okay, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're probably going to hop into this one pretty quick tonight. I'd like to try to get through most of September, and if we can see some playoff, maybe we do that too. Now, the last time we made the playoffs, I was able to, I think, simulate one of the games, and then we got kind of cut off. And, of course, the Fanatics not smart enough to realize that the playoffs are 3 games. The first round is only 3 games, so we missed most of it. So hopefully we'll get to see a little action out of the club tonight. Of course, we do like to have topics as we go throughout. There's a lot going on in sports right now. Of course, we do have the NHL playoffs, which is what I currently have in front of me. I am watching the Vegas Golden Knights, who are currently taking on the Utah Mammoth, and that's a pretty good game so far. It's a 1-0 game, still early in that one. Lots to talk about. If you saw the Ducks game last night, what a finish in that one, with the puck on the line, puck over the line. Who knows, right? The referees had to basically give it to the folks in Toronto to make a decision on a playoff game, which is just absolutely, in my mind, kind of crazy. Baseball is going and rolling. Of course, the Yankees have been on a hot streak, and yes, while I do play a Montreal Expos team here on the game, I am a Yankees fan and a Mets fan, so always happy to see. Now, the Mets, they were struggling a little bit, started to kind of come out of their mess, so we'll have to see if maybe both of those teams can start to pick it up as we move forward through the baseball season. So feel free to throw anything sports related up on the board. Always happy to chat. Now, what we've done here over the last 2 weeks or so, trivia has become a big thing. All right, baseball trivia especially. I am in 80s, probably late 70s, 80s, early 90s kind of baseball trivia guy. I love the fun questions, the difficult questions. So throw something in the comments. I'm open to just about anything. I did come up with one for the night where we're going to start off. So I'll throw this one out there before we get into the game. Think about it. Throw your thoughts up on the board. It might be an easy one. It might be a hard one. But first off, we want to make sure if you're just jumping into this tonight, you want to make sure to be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course enable for notifications. I come on at random times a day. Sometimes I'm playing golf. Sometimes I'm playing, baseball, basketball. Could be anything. So if you're interested and you want to jump in and talk to the Fanatic, I am here randomly. But I'm definitely here on Mondays, and I'm definitely here on Wednesdays playing either baseball or hockey. So be sure to like, subscribe, and get your notifications. And always throw a comment up there. Okay. If I have any friends out there on the East Coast, I know it's a little bit later than normal, but feel free to share as we make our way through the episode tonight. Okay. And it can be just about anything you want to chat about, with the exception of, that's right, you already know if you watch the show, what we don't talk about here. All right. This is fun. This is baseball. This is sports. This is not politics. So, and don't put it in my comments afterward either, because I will delete it or I will just not have you watch the show. So, okay. Here we go. We're going to talk trivia to kick this thing off before we even get into the game tonight. All right. So, the first trivia question is going to be this one. And this is I'm sorry, it's a little bit small. We're going to just make that a little bit bigger for you right there on the screen. So, this one is it's actually kind of light, so you can't really see it. Let's go ahead and bring the game up behind it. There we go. So no-hitter spoiler. The question is no-hitter spoiler. Okay. Which player holds the unusual record for breaking up the most no-hitters with a home run? Right? So they've broken up the most no-hitters with a home run. Just think about that. It doesn't mean that the game was a no-hitter and he broke it up. It just means he holds the record for most no-hitters broken up with a home run. That's kind of a strange question. I saw that one this afternoon. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll put that up on the board. I'll put that one up on the board. So think about it. Throw your answer up on the board as we go. Okay, so here's where we currently stand. Taking a look at the game now, right? So we are 79 and 61. You can see we're getting ready to head into a series with Pittsburgh. Let's go ahead and make that game screen just a little bit bigger so everyone can see it. Boom. Okay. So we are 79 and 61. We're getting ready to head into a September series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And if you saw the thumbnail, that was pretty cool. That is, of course, AI driven. I do not draw that or have anybody draw it for me. I just typed in a little bit of stuff about baseball, and it came up with a really cool picture of it. I think it's Willie Stargell, maybe Mike Schmidt, and Gary Sheffield playing cards with Andre Dawson, as it is wild card season. So we're 79 and 61. Pittsburgh is 69 and 71. So they're pretty much out of the race at the moment, but anything can happen, right? We know that anything can happen, and we'll take a look at the records here in just a second. So this is the current standings at the moment. Remember, this is 2001. We started with that 1998 roster. So we've made it this far. And if you're a baseball fan from the if you're a baseball fan from the 90s, then you would know who some of these guys are. It's not month to month, day to day, year to year accurate. It's us. It's fantasy baseball. So this is what we would have liked to have done. My junior GM says, how would I know that? How would you know what? Who broke up the most no-hitters? Come on, man. Think about it. I'm sure you would probably. You might know. You might know. You've heard the name. You've definitely heard the name right here on the show. All right, I will give a hint after maybe the first couple of games, but he's been on the show. He's been on our show. Okay, so 79 and 61 on the season. We're currently in second place. We're 9 games behind the Montreal. I'm sorry, we are the Montreal Expos. I'm a little tired. It's been a long couple of days. So we are currently 9 games behind the Atlanta Braves, who sit at 88 and 52. Again, dominant team. They take over the division every year, but can't get shit done in the playoffs. The Marlins are 78 and 62. And they are sitting right behind us, just a game behind us. So, again, we're going to have that Marlins-Expos kind of wild card battle, I think. Then we have the Phillies, who are 71 and 69. And I'm going to be super nice to the New York Mets tonight because I catch a lot. I seem to catch some heat when I bag on the Mets. So, the Mets are 29 and a half games back in our world. And, oh boy, it has been a tough season for them. So they'll be rebuilding as we head into 2002. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to help them out with an aging veteran bat, right? Maybe. So we take a look at the rest of the league. So out in the National League Central, it's the Cubbies. And if you've been following here on our show, the Cubbies are a freaking force. Okay, they got Sosa, they got Tomey, they got Albert Bell. This team is off the charts good. Cincinnati, who made it to the World Series, who made it to our 1998, 99, and 98 and 99 World Series, as well as the National League Championship in 2000. They currently are 5 games back of the Cubs, and they were a powerhouse here to kind of start the episodes, start the series, but they've kind of fallen back just a hair. But I think we'll see something out of them. Possibly. We go out west, and it's we are out west. I'm out west. You may not be, but I am. The San Francisco Giants currently have a 2.5 game lead on the Dodgers. All right, and the Dodgers now, they were playing not so good to start the season, but they're starting to make their moves. They're 71 and 70, and you look at that division, not the strongest. So that's going to be a battle, okay? I think the Padres could be my dark horse in September. They could kind of make a run. I don't see them in double digits games back as we approach the end of the season. Wild card looks like this. We are currently a +6.5. The Marlins are a +5.5. And the Reds are hanging on to a wild card spot by just a 1.5 games on the Phillies and 2 on the Dodgers. So look for that as we make our way through. We'll briefly go through the American League. You've got the Yankees, who are 3 games ahead of the Red Sox in the East. In the Central, the Twins are a 1.5 games on the Royals, and just about 6 games up on the Tigers. We head out west. It's the Mariners. And again, I'm out west. I keep saying head out west. You know, I think it's because I grew up on the East Coast, and I listen to a lot of radio broadcasters talk like that. But the Mariners, they have a 0.5 game lead on the Rangers and a 6.5 game lead on the A's and Angels. So I say it every episode, that American League West in our world is very competitive. The only team that struggles out there is, well, typically the Angels, but they're kind of hanging in there as well. The American League wild card is basically the American League East, the Red Sox, Blue Jays, and the Royals/Orioles battling for that 3rd spot. So we got a lot happening right here in the episode, okay? We take a look at the current calendar, and this is our schedule for tonight. We're going to try to rock and roll through quite a few of these games. I'd love to see some playoff baseball if we possibly can. We're going to have the Pittsburgh Pirates on September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We then take on Atlanta for 4 games. Now, Atlanta, they're leading the division. Okay, so that's going to be tough. We then take on the Angels on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. We have a day off on the 11th, and then it's the 12th, 13th, 14th with Arizona. 15, 16, 17, it's Florida, and then Houston and Philly to close out the season. And, well, Houston's the one that kind of kept us from the playoffs 2 years ago, and Florida's the ones that beat us. So we need something good to happen here, okay? We definitely need something good to happen here. So let's go ahead and make our way inside the GM's office. We'll take a look at the current rosters. Alrighty, so welcome inside the GM suite. What a beauty of a suite this is. Yeah, we got to make sure we have that bar because it is September, and we know what happens to this team in September, right? So let's go ahead and, of course, take a look at our current roster. If you're unfamiliar with the team, this is how it's looking. We're going to sort it right out. So our pitchers are Andy Pettitte, Mike Mussina, Kenny Na. Mike Mussina, he had a great month of August in the last episode, so he's at 14-11 now. I'm sorry, I kind of bounce around a little bit. Andy Pettitte is 13-8. Very interesting stat with regards to Andy Pettitte is his shutouts. Right, Andy Pettitte has a couple of shutouts this year and a couple of complete games. So big free agent pickup for us. Mike Moose, we got him last season. Ken Na, we got him this season in a trade. He's 10-12, but he's growing. He's a young, growing kid. Javi Vasquez, he's 12-8, so a good, solid season for him as well. And then, of course, Roy Halladay, who we picked up in a trade in the last episode. We're not going to get into that, or 2 episodes ago. Sorry, we're not going to get into that. Roy Halladay, buku bucks on the contract, will probably not be here next season. We're going to do everything we can to make that trade in the offseason. John Rocker, Greg Swindell, Alan Embry, and Eric Gagne, who we bring up in for September call-ups. They'll be out there in the bullpen with Shane Bennett as well. Closing pitcher, we have got Trevor Hoffman. Trevor Hoffman has had a good season for this club. We take a look at his saves. He's got 37 saves. Okay, that is his high since we've started this exercise. So, I'm sorry, it's almost his high. We think he can beat it this year. 42 is his high. So he's closing in on a solid season. Catchers, we have got Jason Varitek, and he'll be backed up by Paul LaDuca. Now, we did have Pudge. So if you were here 2-3 weeks ago, you might remember we had Pudge Rodriguez, and he played not so good. He was batting like 207, really struggling. We went out, made a trade, got ourselves some Jason Varitek. We actually traded Pudge for Roy Halladay in kind of a mistake little move. But Jason Varitek will join us, did join us. And one of our best players on the team this year, let's talk about all-star backup first baseman JT Snow. Yeah, he's batting 249, but coming off the bench, this dude is amazing, right? Mark Grace is our starting first baseman, and you can see JT has actually now outpaced him. So the 33-year-old is now a 77. Mark Grace has dropped to a 76. So, wow, I mean, that changes things up. Second base, we've got Kilvio, who we picked up in a trade. Third base is Robert Ekstrom, who came over also in a trade from the Yankees. Robert Ekstrom, in some light work this year, he had a pretty rough injury. So 310 average, 306 at-bats, 8 dingers, and 45 ribbies. Edgardo Alfonso, he played solid backing up Ekstrom when he was out injured. 266 average, 5 dingers, 312 at-bats. So not a bad season for Edgardo. We've been using him mostly in that defensive role. Orlando Cabrera, he'll be our starting shortstop. And next season, when we start to get into next season, this is where we're going to be able to make some moves. Okay, I said that before with the shortstops. We got to the trade deadline, and I forgot because I forget, right? So we've got Howie Baroa backing up Orlando Cabrera, Ramon Irizarry, and then Michael Young. So Howie Baroa is the back. He's back. I'm sorry. Howie Baroa is now with the team. September call-ups. See, I get lost. Okay, Sung Hyun Chu. Now this is where we have like an entire, I don't even know what to call it, out in left field. You can have these guys. They could play one game a month. We have so many left fielders on this team. Sung Hyun Chu has been garbage this season. Yeah, that's right. I said garbage. Batting 187 in 48 at-bats. We barely use him. Tim Raines. Now, Tim Raines this year has 60 at-bats, and he's batting 267. The 41-year-old left fielder is really struggling. You know, we've had this is the second. I'm sorry, not struggling. He's actually playing good. But this is the second time we've had a the second time we've had a 41-year-old left fielder. Tommy Timmons is our other left fielder. He's batting 176 in 165 at bats. So, that's not good. Kareem Hawkins down there in AAA. And then, of course, Rattrick van Schwinga. And we'll see what Rattrick van Schwinga does. Maybe next season. We might get him in next season. The 20-year-old B potential left fielder. In center field, we got Ken Griffey Jr. His numbers are blah on the season. 258, 22 homers, 82 RBIs. And, of course, out in right field, the Expo. Well, he's going to be an Expo for life on this club. 309, 22 homers, 92 RBIs heading into the month of September. And, ladies and gentlemen, that he could be setting the high for us here. And his backup is going to be Trot Nixon. Trot has been solid. We went out and got Trot in the Rule 5 draft. So we got Trot in the Rule 5 draft. He's only had 27 at-bats, but he's been good when we brought him in. So if you watched last episode, we got Jason Varitek in that trade, and then Jason Varitek's first at-bat in an Expos uniform, he went yard. I actually called it. It was strange. But, okay, so with all that being said, I think it is time to head into the ball field. Let's go back to the studio for a second, okay? And we want to put that trivia question back up on the board. So, we're talking about no-hitter spoilers. So, which player holds the unusual record for breaking up the most no-hitters, at least 81 of them, with a home run? Okay? At least 81 no-hitters he's broken up with a home run. That's one that makes you think. You really got to think. You have to take the time to think about that question. So, and don't Google it. We're not Googling it. We're not cheating. Sit there and think about it as we're playing these games. Sit there and think about it as we're playing these games. Okay, so let's head out to the field and get this show on the road. All right, so we're taking on Pittsburgh. This is game 1 of the episode. We're going to quick sim, I think, I'm going to try to quick sim most of the month of September and see if we can't get to the playoffs tonight. The last time I was with the AGM and the JGM here on the channel, we'll call it the channel, we kind of flew through a hockey season too. So God knows we can get it done, right? We can get it done. Okay, so Pittsburgh and the Expos. Keo Nunez of the Pittsburgh up against Andy of the Pittsburgh. Keo Nunez of the Pittsburgh up against Andy Pettit and the Expos. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you're familiar with the show, you can see right there on the right side, we have got baseball scores a-rolling. So if you're a baseball fan, you've got your scores up there on the right side. I also have... There they are, the hockey scores for tonight. So you can see Golden Knights are beating 2-0. No, Mr. Feeney, it is not Tim Raines, but that is a good, very good. So you're in the ballpark. You're in the ballpark, okay? You're barking up the right tree. You're barking up the right tree. So keep thinking. Just think about it. Think about it. Okay, Cubbies. And then Marlins, Dodgers, like I said, see, I get distracted by the chats. So our junior GM, he's rooting for the Knights in that hockey game. Excellent. I like that. I'm rooting for the Knights as well. I'd like to see them beat the Mammoth. It'd be interesting to see the Mammoth, but also we got the Penguins and the Flyers. The Penguins beat the Flyers tonight, so that's a big game. But baseball is going on as well. So you've got your scores up there on the right side. If you want to keep an eye on them. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. We'll pull this one down here just a little bit lower. And we're going to make this just a little bit bigger for us so we can actually see those scores as we're making our way through the baseball games, right? Sorry if that's a little distracting as I move those around, but there we go. So now we can see what's going on out there in the world of sports. Okay, so we have got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Montreal Expos. Andy Pettit, 13-8, 182 innings pitched, 155 Ks, 2.86 ERA, taking on Keo Nunez. And we're going to go ahead and simulate that one. and we don't really care, and we don't really care, and oh, we only have 27 active players on our roster. Okay, we'll just do that. Oh, that's right. I forgot we were doing this last time, huh? So we can go in and actually play as the players if we want to. So let's see what the situation is here. What's the situation? So we got Trevor Hoffman, very high. Home team down by 2, bases loaded. So do we think he can close it out? I think he can close it out. We'll just simulate that one. So we beat the Pirates 8-6 in the first game of the episode. Great job by the Spos. Game number 2 of this series. It'll be Cash Steele pitching against Javi Vasquez. Javi comes into this one 12-8, 159 innings pitched, 121 Ks, 3.49 ERA. And yeah, let's skip that. We'll skip that. And yeah, we'll skip that too. Okay, so another one of these where it takes us in. I forgot about us doing this last week. So let's see what it is. It's a 6-5 game, bottom of the 8th. 1 runner on base, and we're going to simulate. We'll let Rocker take it. So we take, oh, we lost. Son of a biscuit. Okay, so we lose that one. So we don't want to lose to the Pirates. Hey, there we go. No fear with the answer to tonight's trivia question at 26 minutes into the damn episode, bro. Come on. See, now you're going to have to hit me with one that's going to be really hard. So, yes, the answer to tonight's trivia question. Okay, if you are, well, let me just hit you up with that again. So, basically, the trivia question was, this player broke up, 81, or the most no-hitters in MLB history, something like 81. And the answer is Ricky Henderson. Straight up Ricky Henderson. Basically because he had, 81 leadoff home runs or something like that. So there you go. If he hits 81 career leadoff home runs, that means he broke up 81 plus no-hitters, right? You got to rack your brain, though. If you don't know about Ricky, you don't really think about it. Ricky, of course, played for our Expos team. That's right. That's what I was trying to say. See, Ricky played for our Expos team. So if you said Tim Raines, well, Tim Raines plays for this team. And if you said, I was talking about someone who's been on the show, that would be Ricky. So, okay. And, of course, I cried when Ricky got hurt. I thought we were going to have a great season with Ricky. I really did. So, okay, Pittsburgh, Game 3, Sunday the 3rd, and we're going to go ahead and it keeps giving me that. I don't care about that stuff. So we win. So we take 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh. We're 81-62, heading into a 4-game set with the Atlanta Braves. Let's jump back here and take a look at the current standings. So after those 3 games with Pittsburgh, we're now 8 games behind the Braves, 1 game ahead of the Marlins. All right, and we take a look where we are in the wild card. So we got a good lead, or a good, I don't know what you'd call it, with the wild card. So about 6.5 up. Okay, let's go back to the calendar. We're taking on the Atlanta Braves in 4. We've got Ken Na against, Sterling Hitchcock. Look at Sterling Hitchcock's freaking record. He is 12-9. 12-9 on the season. We had Sterling and he was garbage. Sterling goes to the Braves. They tried to trade Sterling to us and we turned him down. He's got 160 Ks, 2.77 ERA, and we're going to simulate through that one, and we lose 12-1. Oh no. What a terrible way to start on the road. So we lose to Atlanta 12-1. Game 2 is Holiday versus Lugo, and we lose that one as well. Okay. Game 3, Andy Pettitte back on the hill against John Smoltz. And, what a matchup this would have. Could you imagine if we got to see this like 3 or 4 times a year? Pettitte, Smoltz. Now, look, there's people out there who would say Pettitte was not the greatest regular season pitcher. I would disagree. I thought he was pretty good all year. Of course, he was one hell of a pitcher in the playoffs and in the World Series, but especially against John Smoltz and them Braves. So, okay, so let's see if we can't get a Game 3 win out of Andy. And you know what? I guess we have to change this because it's really pissed me off. Let's go take care of that. I thought I did this last week. So we have one open roster spot, and let's see what we want to do with that. I would almost say we bring up a pitcher, right? I thought we brought up a pitcher. There's nobody injured. I thought we did this already. You know what's crazy is a stupid 40-man roster. Shit. Okay, Scott, you're coming back up. That way we can shut this thing down. So Scott Shields is coming back up. He's going to join the club again. He was here last year, right? He was here last year. Oh, Ekstrom is in AAA? Bullshit. Is he really? Good call. Let's take a look. Oh, how dare they? What the? Why would they do that? I hate when the system takes over. Garbage. Okay, good call, Junior GM. Good call. We'll put him up there. Sorry, Scott Shields. You're going to go back down to the minors. Good call, dude. That's why you guys got to be here, because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. We're trying to win a World Series, right? Okay, let's go back. So that's probably why we've been playing so awful, because he's a pretty damn good bat. He's a big bat in that lineup. Let's go ahead and in fact, let's take a look at the lineups now that he's back. So we go right-handed pitcher. Of course, we go no DH, so that makes it kind of tough. But against right-handed pitching, we've got Kilvio, Mark Grace, Vlad, Ken Griffey Jr., JT, Orlando, Edgardo Alfonso, Paul LaDuca, and Tim Raines. So Tim Raines is basically our starting left fielder right now. Against with no DH, that takes JT Snow out of the lineup. Mark Grace at 269, JT at 242. It looks like JT actually hits. No. He's got more power against the righties, but we know that Mark Grace has. We know that. Sorry, it's got a funny picture. So we know that JT Snow has a little bit more pop against righties, but we're going to stick with JT. I'm sorry, with so. But here's the thing, right? This is what has to happen, and tell me if you don't agree, if you agree with me there. I think we got to get Ekstrom in the lineup. I like Edgardo Alfonso, and I know he's been hot lately, but let's go ahead and make that move. So there we go. Right-hand pitching. Do you see him there? Okay. So he's back. He's back. And we should be good now. We should have our 28 players. So we're going to go game 3 of the Atlanta series. Pettit, Smoltz, matchup. Ooh, baby. So very high situation. Home team down by 1. So the Braves are down 2-1 to the Expos. Bottom of the 8th. Rocker on the hill. And they've got first and second with 1 out. We're going to simulate to the end. And we beat the freaking Braves. Good job, boys. 3-2. So that's good. That's fair. We've only scored 4 runs in this damn series. Only 4 runs in the series. We're taking on Atlanta in game 4. And that's Javi. And why does it keep doing this? I've already done this. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. It keeps telling me to bring up. I have no idea why it's doing that. I have no idea why it's doing that. Okay, we'll go here. Angels. So we beat the Braves. We ended up going 2-2 against the Braves. Sorry. That distracts the shit out of me. It really does. Okay, so now that now that my viewer out there has nailed my question, go ahead and throw a question at me. I'd love to see a question. If you're just checking in, if you're viewing tonight, go ahead and throw your name up there on the board. I'd love to know who's in here with me. We are throwing around some 80s, 90s baseball trivia. The harder, the better. The more we have to think about it and chat about it, the better. Right? Okay. Here we go. Angels, game 1 of a series. The Angels come in 66-81. We're 83-64. The Moose will be on the hill against Jared Washburn. And Okay, so there's a loss. We lost. This shit's really messing with my mind, man. There we go. Auto fix that. Okay, so we get the win in game 2. Holiday on the hill. And we get the... What is the name of the building in left field at Petco Park? I feel like that's a softball. Isn't that the Western Metals building? Western Metals building, right? Okay, so we're going to simulate through that date, and then we go Arizona Diamondbacks. We're taking on for 3 games. Andy Pettitte against Peter Mueller. Peter Mueller, 7-15 on the season. Peter Mueller has pitched in 153 innings, 4.69 ERA. Andy Pettitte, of course, is the ace of this, well, kind of ace of this staff. I don't know. Throw it up on the board. Who do you think is the ace of this staff? And we're going to go ahead and simulate. And this stupid that stupid roster thing is absolutely killing me because we've done it. I don't understand why it keeps asking me to update the freaking roster. Why do they keep sending him down? Do not send him down. That's my decision. That is my fucking decision. Yeah, that's right. I'm getting a little violent here tonight. There you go. Stop sending him down, please. Okay. We go. Right? If you know the movie, yeah, feel free to put that in a comment. We go. All right, so we're going to go second game of the episode. Second game of the episode, guys. Second game of the Arizona series. And perfect. Okay, so we win that one. We are 85-67. We need 5 wins. 5 wins to get to 90. All right, let's see where we are in the playoff. In the wild card, we got plus 4.5. Plus 4.5. It's never safe. It is never safe. So let's go ahead and take a look out in the American League wild card as well. The Yankees have fallen out of first place. The Yankees have fallen out of first place in the East, which means the Orioles must be on a run, right? No. Wait a minute. What? How does that work? I don't know. Somebody explain this shit to me. First place in the wild card. Check the depth chart again. Ekstrom probably isn't starting. You think that's what the problem is? All right, let's check it out again. Oh, good call, dude. Huh. Why do you think that is? They sent him down again. Look. Why do you think that is? He's not injured. And if you look over here right on the right side where it says current roster strategy playoff push, we now have 28 of 28. AAA is like almost empty though. You notice that? Whole bunch of guys down in single A. Let's see if we move some of these guys around, if that kind of changes shit up. Because I did have to move a pitcher. I moved a pitcher up as well. So let's see. We'll go over here to the right. So the major leagues, we have 2 third basemen, 2 shortstop, 1 second baseman. I don't know if you can read that over there on the right. Maybe because he's a position that play. I don't know. Yeah, see, same thing. I'm not really sure what's going on. But good call. So let's see. I'm gonna make this just a skosh bigger so we can actually see it here. All right. I probably could, JGM, I probably could change something up, but I'm trying to avoid doing that because I know if I do that, then they're probably going to, if I change the setting, then knowing my luck, I'd probably fuck the whole thing up because that's usually what I end up doing. So this is what we're looking at right now. So I'm not really sure why it's changing, but you can see, if you know how to read that chart over there on the left, so in the MLB, we have 2, going from right to left, We got 2 first basemen, a second baseman, 2 shortstops, 2 third basemen. Okay, we are a little heavy on starting pitching, but here's where it gets a little weak. Down here. So there's no third baseman in Double-A or in Single-A. That's all right. But if you look at the top numbers, they're way down. Everybody's way down. So I need 5 and 3 is, I don't know. 5 and 3 is 8. 5 and 3 is 8. So, okay, let's go ahead and we're going to move some of these dudes around. Who do we call up? Who's gonna come up to Triple-A? So from Double-A, I want to move the guys from Single-A up to Double-A. There's only 6 dudes down there right now. They're all starting pitchers. How about that? So Troy, we're going to go Delvin James. He's going to go to Triple-A because he's a C potential. That'll give him some life. Jake Westbrook, he's going to go to Triple-A. Welcome to Triple-A, Jake. Okay, so that kind of gets that where it should be. Well, closer. We're going to go 6. We're going to move 3. So Triple-A needs, they don't need any, they need a right fielder. We got a right fielder we can move over there from Double-A. I don't know how this shit all works. Oh, there's one. There we go. Yep, not saying that, buddy. Not going to say it. You can keep trying to get me to say that. What is 45 plus 22? I don't know. I'm going to have to play really stupid there. Let's go ahead and we will move to... No, can't. We don't move to Class A. We'll move him to Triple. Welcome to Triple-A. Trying to make this so this shit stops doing this. You get to go 2, okay, and you get to go. Sorry about all this. I don't understand why it's doing this. To be honest with you. Okay. God damn it! Look at that shit. For Christ's sake, it doesn't work, guy. I don't understand why I can't get it to work, guy. Okay, here we go. There's your double. He's gonna go to the Double-A. Good for you, guy. Going to the double. Okay, now let's fill in the 2 blanks here in Triple-A. We've got so many pitchers. Check this out. Oh, Triple-A or Double-A is just loaded with pitchers. They got 8 starters and 8 frickin' relievers. So I think maybe we send, I don't know. It's basically all pitchers in Triple-A. All pitchers. Just give, oh, you know what? No, Double-A. It's all pitchers for Michael Young. You're going to go to Triple-A. And, okay, let's try that. We goof with it a little bit. Let's see if we can get out of this whole mess here. Okay, so Arizona for Game 3. If you made it through that whole thing, I'm probably going to edit half of that shit out of there because that was a good 5 minutes of shit that we didn't need to watch. Okay, Arizona, Javier Vasquez, Melvin Thea. Melvin comes into this one 0-6. He's trying to get his first win of the season. 37 Ks, 4.89 ERA. Javi Vasquez still struggling ERA-wise, but he's got 12 wins and 8 losses. And we pick up a win. So we'll auto-fix those lineups. Beautiful. Okay, so I think maybe we got out of it. Maybe we got out of that mess. Okay, so the Marlins, here we go. Let's take a look at the record before we head into this one. Ooh, baby. So the Marlins are one game behind the Expos in the National League East. If we look at the wild card, okay, they're 1 game behind us in the wild card as well. Right? Okay, so what that means is this is a huge series. So if we have to watch or play in this series, we're going to. Let's go ahead and make that screen a little bit smaller. We'll put that here behind everything so we can actually see those sports scores again. And we're gonna simulate. What we're gonna do is we're gonna watch all 3 of these games. This is a huge series for us, okay? As we try to kind of get away, get some distance from these pesky Florida Marlins. So we're going to go ahead here, and we are going to play. We're going to play this one. So, bingo. Bingo. Alrighty. Love that movie. I was watching that movie the other day. Actually, I watched all 3 of them the other day. The Naked Gun movies. Who's seen the Naked Gun movies? Holy. Right? And it's crazy. Like, you watch those movies now. Sorry, I'm kind of moving the screen around on you a little bit. But you watch those movies now, and there's jokes where you're like, oh, I didn't get that shit when I was younger. Now you get it. Right? Totally get it. Okay, so we've got, we're going to play this one like we have been. So Ken Na is going to be on the hill, and we're taking on right-handed pitcher Frankie Calderon, and it's going to be Ken Na against Felipe Marquez. There's a single for Marquez to lead off for the Marlins, and McWilliams pops out. Loretta singles. Here comes Carlos Delgado. He hits into a fielder's choice. Okay, come on, Kenny. Let's get this. Let's just shut down your old team.
He's safe.
Stolen base for Carlos Delgado. How many times do you think Carlos Delgado stole a base? I remember him being a power bat, but Redmond drives in a run, and we threw out a runner at the plate, so we get out of the inning. Okay, Calderon goes to the hill. Kilvio is going to lead off for our Spos, and there's a strikeout, and a single. So thank God, Vladdy Guerrero breaks up the no-hitter. Ken Griffey Jr. singles. We need some freaking action from Ken Griffey Jr. in this series. We need him to do something. Cabrera flies out. Okay, so we're down 1-0, end of 1. Hernandez grounds out. Batista singles. Kotze walks. Sack bunt for Calderon, so he does his job. Felipe Marquez is going to strike out. Trot Nixon's going to lead off. How about Trot Nixon playing left field? That means we must be without Timmy Raines, right? Or it's just because we're up against a right-handed pitcher. So, how about that? The Knights just scored again. That's a beaut. Ooh, little tip-in goal. All righty, so Trot Nixon I'm watching hockey too. Trot Nixon to lead off here in inning number 2. Strikes out Varitek. Let's go, Jason Varitek. Never thought I'd be saying that. Grounds out Alfonso. So Alfonso's in the damn game. For Christ's sake, Alfonso's in the damn game. Richard McWilliams flies out. How about Loretta? He's going to walk. Delgado strikes out. Redmond strikes out. Okay, so it's a 1-0 game through 2.5. Ken Na, of course, he's gonna fly out. Veras singles, beautiful. Let's have him steal. He steals. We're gonna have Grace single him over to third. Bada bing, bada boom. Here comes a suicide squeeze from Vlad Guerrero. Do we do that? No. We get the sack fly. Good job. Tie it up. See? Think. We're trying to make the playoffs here, right? We're trying to make the freaking playoffs. The only way we're going to make the playoffs is to score some goddamn runs. Calderon going to single. Griffey's going to single. Cabrera is going to fly out. Jose Hernandez coming to the plate. There's a ground out. Batista walks. We'll try to pick him off. Can't get him. Kotze singles. Calderon strikes out. Marquez with the ground out. Alrighty, if you are just joining us, we are about halfway through the month of September. We're trying to hold on to a wild card spot. This is the 2001 Expos here in our world, in Exponation, okay? And we are in the midst of a series with the Marlins, the beginning of a series with the Marlins, who we are trying to, keep from stealing our goddamn playoff spot. Put it that way, right? We want that top spot. Trot Nixon singles to lead off the inning. Beautiful job from Trot. Varitek grounds into a goddamn double play. Alfonso is going to ground out. Okay, Richard McWilliams against Na. He flies out. Loretta is going to ground out. Todd Rahav is going to ground out. I don't know how you say that. Kenny Na coming to the plate. So Kenny Na, do we take him out, go for a pinch hitter? Nah. Okay, Veras grounds out. Grace is going to strike out. All right, Mike Redmond coming to the plate, ground out. Hernandez ground out. Kenny Na, he's got a little bit of juice left. You can see that there. Batista walks. Kotze grounds out. So he's not having a bad game. Give up just that one run in the first inning. Vladdy to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Doubles. Beautiful. That's what we need. Ken Griffey Jr.
Now pitching.
flies out. Orlando Cabrera now singles. So that moves Vladdy over to third. Let's go sac fly from Trot, and he gets the freaking job done. And that's why we got him in that Rule 5 draft. Veritek reaches on an error. Edgardo Alfonso walks. Time to take Kenny Nah out of the game. Let's go to Ekstrom in a pinch hit roll. So Ekstrom coming in a pinch hit. Bases juiced. Bases juiced in the bottom of the sixth. And he hits a single to drive in the run. So it's 3-1. We get 2 in the bottom of the sixth. Kilvio grounds out. So we've got to take Ekstrom. We don't have to take Ekstrom. We can take... let's see. Let's go substitution. Oh, can we just switch them? I don't know if we can do that. Oh, I don't know if we can do that. Bomba. All right, let's go with a right-handed. We need a right-handed pitcher, so we're gonna go with Johnson. Can we put him back in? Damn it! Oh, we lost him. See, I thought maybe you could go with like the double switch, right? You should be able to do the double switch, but we couldn't do it. Okay, so Mike Johnson comes in. He's going to pitch to Vic Darrensburg. And no, it's going to be Dave Berg. Ground out. Marquez fly out. McWilliams single. And, okay, ground out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here's where we currently stand, okay? It is a 3-1 game, bottom of the seventh. We're trying to take game one. Again, we are trying to create distance between us and this Marlins club. We do not want to see the Marlins in the playoffs. I don't want to see them in the playoffs. I do not want to have to go to Florida. Okay. Now pitching. Not that I have anything against Florida. But I kind of do. Okay, Mark Grace grounds out. Guerrero grounds out. And, of course, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to ground out. Todd Rahab at the plate. Mike Johnson still on the hill. Do we go with Rocker here? I think we go with Rocker here. Let's put in Rocker. He's our setup man. We're trying to set up for Trevor, right? Rocker gives up a freaking double. What the hell are you doing? Redmond grounds out. Hernandez walks. Batista. Fielder's choice. Oh, shit. We got a little bit of trouble here. Let's go ahead and... Well, we'll get Rocker out of there. Kotsay is a lefty. Let's go lefty-lefty. And we'll go... Let's bring in freaking Trey Moore, right? Big game Trey right here. And he gets the fly out. Good job from Trey. We needed him in a big spot, and he comes through. Okay, Gabe White on the hill. He's going to pitch to Cabrera. No, I'm sorry, Jose Mesa. Ooh, who remembers Jose Mesa? I feel like Jose Mesa played for like every freaking team. Okay, ground out. Nixon fly out. Veritek ground out. We're heading to the top of the ninth. Here he comes. Cue it up, Debbie. That's right. It's time to put on the song. Bam! I wish I could play it, but I can't because I don't want to get, whatever, copyrighted or whatever. So here we go. Trevor Hoffman out on the hill. Trevor Hoffman is 7-2 with a 1.72 ERA. Let's take a look at his. He's currently 39 saves, so he's going for his 40th save of the season. Here we go. Let's get this shit done, Trevor. Absolutely. Trevor. Michael Barrett is going to ground out. Marquez is going to strike out. How about Richard McWilliams? Dick McWilliams. And he grounds out. So bada bing, bada boom. Trevor comes in, closes the door, and the Expos pull one more game ahead of those pesky Florida Marlins. After this one, let's go ahead and advance the day. And we're going to auto-fix that because we don't give a shit. We're going to auto-fix that because we don't give a shit. Orlando El Duque Hernandez against Roy Halladay. Man, I couldn't have seen that in a fever dream. That's what we get in this one. Orlando El Duque Hernandez taking on Roy Halladay in Game 2 of the series. Montreal takes Game 1. Let's go ahead and head in to this one. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I already know that. It keeps doing this shit. And I'm not really sure why. We'll have to figure that out. I'm going to have to Google that shit. All right, so we're going to quick manage as usual. So They are third in the NL East. We are first or second in the NL East, and holding on to that wild card spot. Holding on to that wild card spot. All right. So Roy Halladay. So we got Roy Halladay maybe like two episodes ago, and I totally forgot the Roy Halladay. It's very, very sad. I didn't know. I didn't realize. So, if you're unfamiliar with Roy Halladay, you can Google it. It's a sad story, but I didn't realize that's what happened to him. But okay, so Kilvio, Mark Grace, Vlad Guerrero, Ken Griffey Jr., Cabrera, Trot Nixon, Veritek, Alfonso, and of course Halladay. And we're gonna put. We have a DH in this one? No, we don't have a DH in this one. Does Ekstrom play any other positions? He plays first base. Who's playing first base for us? Mark Grace. Okay, so now we know. We know where we can use him if we absolutely needed him. Okay, so bada bing, bada boom. Let's do it. So Felipe Marquez will lead off against Halladay. There's a flyout. Kotze doubles. That was awful. Loretta walks first and second for Delgado. Fielder's choice. Batista grounds out. I think this is the first time we actually get to see Halladay here on the show. Right? Well, on our show. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we're seeing Halladay here on the show. So, all right. Kilvio Veras leading off against the Marlins. Ground out. Grace, fly out. Guerrero, fly out. Hernandez grounds out. Barrett against Halladay. There's a triple. We're going to go ahead and walk Barnes to pitch to El Duque.
He's safe.
And Barnes steals. El Duque grounds out. Runner stays on third. Big play right there. Marquez. So one scored. We threw out the second runner. So, okay, it's 1-0 Marlins. Griffey grounds out. Cabrera walks.
Take your base.
We're going to have him steal. He gets caught stealing. That's a bomba. Nixon grounds out. Kotze singles. Loretta doubles. Oh, shit. Halladay's getting worked. Ground out Delgado. Batista singles. Hernandez doubles. It's now 3-0. Do I go to the pitch? Do I go to the bullpen early? Do we go to the bullpen early? I don't know. No, we're going to call down there and just let them know to, get somebody ready. And son of a bitch, they don't want to answer. They're not answering. What the hell kind of bullshit is that? Okay, Halladay, you're out there. You're on your own here for the rest of the inning. All right, Barrett gets to ground out. Or he grounds out. Okay, so Jason Veritek now to lead off here. We need something huge out of this club. We need something very huge. Veritek grounds out. Alfonso singles. That's a nice start. Halladay, we're going to have him bunt him over. And we get an error. So let's go ahead and pinch run for Halladay. I didn't think that would actually work because we're going to take him out we're going to take him out anyway. He's kind of weak. Who can run? We have out there? I think Chu can run. Let's go with Chu. So Chu's got some speed. And we're going to get Kilvio's going to walk. We got bases juice from Mark freaking Grace. How about this? Game 2 of the series. We're trying to hold off those Marlins from that wild card spot. We got a chance to go up 4-3 if he can hit a grand slam.
Ball 4.
And he walks. Okay, we'll take the run, right? Vlad Guerrero with a chance to do something big. He hits a fielder's choice. 2 outs. We got 1 run. Could it be Ken Griffey Jr. with the bases loaded? Ken Griffey Jr. with the bases loaded? He flies out. Holy shit, that dude has been quite the letdown here in our world. Quite the letdown. Edmund Barnes. Sung Hyun is on the hill, but he's got to come out. I'm sorry, my friend. We're going to go to Eric Gagne. Eric Gagne is coming in. He'll pitch 4-5 for us. And boom, there you go. Strike out. Okay, Orlando Cabrera leading off the 4th. Flies out. Ground out.
Ball 4.
Walk to Veritek. Alfonso. And why did Veritek try to score from freaking first? What the hell kind of bullshit is that? Kotze now leading off against Gagne. Single. Loretta strikeout. Delgado fielder's choice. Batista with the walk. We got first and second. And there's Hernandez. Okay, baby. So Gagne, he's going to pitch one more. Oh, wait, he's coming to the plate. Let's take him out. We'll go to Timmy Raines. Timmy Raines is going to ground out. Varys, ground out. Grace, okay. 5 innings in the books. Here comes Michael Barrett. Barrett doubles. Oh, well, Tim Raines is freaking pitching. Dude, somebody pay attention to what the hell I'm doing. I'm asking all of you to pay attention to what I'm doing because I am worthless. I cannot remember half the shit I'm doing. I just continue to roll through the game. Okay. We need a long reliever. We're going to go to Moore. We're going to go to Moore again. See if he can't get some shit done for this club. He gets Barnes. He gets Hernandez. He gets Marquez. So Moore comes in, does his freaking job. That's what we need. Vladdy, singles. Griffey, fielder's choice. Cabrera flies out. Nixon, fielder's choice. We just can't get shit started. Nothing. Kotze, ground out. Loretta, strikeout. Delgado, strikeout. Good job by Moore. So Moore doing pretty good in that kind of late relief for us. Faratek strikes out. Alfonso grounds out. Moore's going to come out. We're going to put in JT. JT grounds out. Okay. Batista grounds out. Hernandez walks. Try to pick him off. JT is pitching, in case you didn't notice, because I did that shit again. They really should, warn you or tell you. Oh, man, Utah's made a game of this. It's 3-2. 3-2 Knights. In the hockey. We'll call it the hockey. Okay, we're going to go with right. We'll go with Bennett. They got a lot of righties in this lineup. He gets Barrett. He gets Barnes. Okay, so we need something major to happen here, folks. We need something major to happen or the series is going to be tied up. Kilvio.
Now pitching.
Singles. Gets caught. He sucks. We're not stealing with Kilvio anymore. Grace doubles. See, that would have helped. Vladdy strikes out. Griffey strikes out. Shane Bennett's going to stay out there.
Pitch hitting. Todd.
He gives up a double to Rahab. Ground out. Double. That's a run.
Ball 4.
Walk.
Take your base.
Fielder's choice.
Take your base.
Walk.
Ball 4.
Bases juiced. And he gets the ground out. All right, so we need 3 runs here. 3 runs in the bottom of the freaking ninth.
Now
Cabrera against Alexi Vargas.
3.
Strikeout. Nixon pop up. Veritek. Let's go for the pinch hitter. We'll go to Ekstrom pinch hitting.
Ekstrom.
And there's a strike.
3.
Okay, so that's shit. That was shit. That was real shit. Kotze went 4 for 4 in that game. Bomba. Okay, so we're almost there, folks. We have 7 games to the end of the 2001 season. And we did not make the playoffs. I don't think in the minors either. Let's take a look. No playoffs and no playoffs. Well, we tried. Okay, let's go back to the standings, see where we are. Oh, look at that. Oh, they passed us. God damn it. They passed us in the standings. That is a bummer. Hold on, I got to take myself a sip right here. Okay, so in the wild card, they have passed us. Well, they've tied us. We are in a dead heat with the Florida Marlins. Those pesky little fish, man. Urgh. Okay, so I'm telling you, I hope we don't have a I hope we don't have a playoff series with these dudes. Hope we don't have a playoff series with these dudes. Okay, let's go to it. So we got 6 games left on the season. 6 games left on the season. I think we pretty much have the spot locked. Right? I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure we have the spot locked. We'll take one more look at this. The National League East, okay, that's out of the question. Oh, we clinched the wild card. We already clinched the wild card. We're in. We're in the playoffs. Holy shit, man. How come nobody told me that? Because you don't know either. Because I don't tell you anything. And you know what? Like a typical general manager, I say nothing to you, and I just leave you out there in the dark. I leave you out there in the dark. Oh, boy. Okay. So, if I do have any viewers out there right now tonight, we had some questions earlier. Our first opening question of the night, trivia question, had to do with no-hitters. Of course, it was kind of a trick kind of question about Ricky Henderson breaking up the most no-hitters. And, well, obviously that would kind of be the answer because, well, Ricky, I believe, had 81 career leadoff home runs. So that means that's 81 times that he broke up a no-hitter. Right? But I could think of like 2 times where he was the last out in a no-hitter. Right? I could be wrong. I think it may be the Nolan Ryan no-hitter, Texas, maybe his last one. I think it may have been Ricky that he struck out. He was playing for the A's, and Nolan was playing for Texas. Possible. I mean, talking about no-hitters, right? Last week we kind of had a couple of questions with regards to perfect games, but what's your no-hitter? I mean, no-hitter story. I talked about the Yankees Rigetti no-hitter, but like, what's one that you remember seeing or hearing or talking about that really sticks out to you? And not the most obvious ones. Like, obviously, the guy who gets the bad call on the perfect game, that's one thing, but who is the only player in Major League Baseball history? Okay, so we got a question. I'm sorry, I just started reading it because I saw it, but so we got a question which you can attempt to answer in the chat or in the comments. But who is the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? Walk-off inside the park grand slam. Well, I'm going to guess it has to be somebody with wheels. It has to be somebody that can run, right? Because if it was a triple or a double or an error, it wouldn't count as a home run, right? So it's got to be somebody that's got some legs, man. And we're talking about actual MLB history, right? We're not talking about like Willie Mays Hayes or some shit like that. Because I do like that movie, and I know that Willie Mays Hayes, the character, had legs. The actor, not so much, but the character could run. Okay, so we are, see, I get lost. I get lost in talking. So here we are. We are in the last 6 games of the season. Houston for 3, Philly for 3. We've locked up a wild card spot, and it's only 8:18, so we might get to see some playoff baseball, baby. Let's see. So the Expos, we need 3 wins to get to 90. That would be back-to-back 90-win seasons, okay? And who knows, we might have a chance at an award. If you are just joining us, we have played just about 3 weeks of the September schedule. We've seen just a little bit. We saw 2 of the Florida games in this one. And we are trying to get to the playoffs. Trying to make a second run to the playoffs with this team and hopefully get out of that first round. So if you saw the thumb, that was a nice little, that was AI. AI put that together for us. So here we go, rocking and rolling. Our first trivia question of the night, you got to rewind back to the beginning. That had to do with no-hitters. The next topic up on the board, the next question is coming to us from No Fear. And it's who is the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? We have no hints as of yet. But I'm starting off small. I'm kind of going to chip away at this one. I'm saying this person has to have some legs, so they had some wheels. It's not going to be a bulky kind of person. This is going to be someone who can run. More than likely, somebody who's batting, I would guess, first or second in the lineup. And the bottom of the lineup was probably loading the bases. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Don't Google it. Okay, if you're watching the show, don't Google it. If you are in the chat, you're watching the show, we don't want your answer if you're going to Google it. What we do is kind of chip away. We kind of climb that mountain to get to the answer. Okay, so Houston, we got the Moose against Dwayne Taffy. And we're going to lose that one. So you know what? Now the team's going to mail it in. They're like, fuck it, mail it in because we made the playoffs. All right. And so Mike Myers, do you think that's, like Wayne's World Mike Myers? Okay, so we've got Veras. Let's see. Kilvio has a 10-game hitting streak on the line. Yeah, I'll play this one. We'll go see. Let's go see if we can't save Kilvio's 10-game hitting streak. All right. So we'll see. If hitting with Kilvio is anything like hitting with Chad the Tank, then this is going to be struggles. We're going to take the first pitch, which is something I like to do always. That one's down low. You're going to have Sheldon Matson there in the bullpen. Good for you, Sheldon. All right. Kilvio Veras, Mike Myers. Kilvio's going for a 10-game hitting streak here. Mike Myers. Oh, drop. Drop, baby. Damn it. Okay, so we didn't get it. Oh, he gets another chance. Holy shit, man. Okay, Kilvio Veras now. Top of the 11th. We got bases. Bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. So he can basically give him the lead. If we end up winning less than 90 games, I'm going to be pretty pissed. This was a pretty good season, right? All right. Oops. See, I always swing high. So when I play baseball myself, I love to swing at high pitches. And I do it on the game, too. So I'm like, okay, is that just, I don't know, is that part of my eye or something? Oh! Rips it, baby. Okay, so that gets us a run. Good job, guy. Kilvio's just pumped with that 10-game hit streak. Look at those wicked Astros unis, right? Wicked Astros unis.
Well, I know he knows about it.
Caught that one. Oh, that was like right over the plate. I mean, there's no way I wasn't going to catch that. Good job. Do we get the win, too? We can try. We're going to close it out. So we get the win. Tim Raines with the little high five. Good job.
But it's what you got to do over the course of a season.
Nice. Okay.
Championship ball club.
The shutout in this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, question on the board: who is the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? Grand slam. Walk inside the park. Okay. All right. So we just played a game. Okay, we're through 2 with Houston. We're gonna try to answer this one before we get to the end of September. So I'm going to ask for one. I'm going to ask for the first hint and make it very basic. Give me a very vague. It doesn't have to be detailed. Just something small. Give me a small little tidbit before we get too close, right? It's kind of like name that tune, right? It's like name that tune. Well, I can probably name that player. Just give me one. Oh, there we go. Okay, since 1947, he has the most triples in MLB history. Since 1947. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask another question. So this could be a yes or no answer. Yes or no answer. Nope, never mind. I'm going to pass on that. Okay, so here's what we got. So question right now on the board. Who is the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? Hint number 1 is since 1947, he has the most triples in MLB history. I hope it's not a double up of a question we had earlier. Hope it's not a double up. Okay. Game 3 is Kenny Na. He's going for his 12th win of the season against Johan Santana. Johan Santana pitches for the Astros in our world. Holy shit. And we've got Kilvio's. He's going to try to keep that hitting streak going. So why the hell not? Let's go ahead and see if Kilvio can keep that hitting streak going here. Of course, we are Kilvio. That's the way that shit works here in our world. So Kilvio,
Alongside Chris Singleton,
I dig Kilvio's beautiful goatee in here.
You're right on top.
So the Fanatic had a goatee going for a couple of days, and it was looking pretty good. And then the Fanatic realized just how old he really is, because the goatee looked like Santa Claus's goatee. But anyway, I digress. All right, so Garcia is in the bullpen. Mikey Gallo. Oh, shit. Drop. Oh, little two-string catch. So Mikey Gallo gets Kilvio. I don't think we're going to see Kilvio get another chance. Trevor, bases, juice, no, or 1 out. We lost this game. Yeah, we lost 6-5. Okay. I mean, that was bound to happen. Freddie Garcia came in. Most triples in MLB history since 1947. Huh. Okay, give me another hint. Would you say he's a war era player? Would you say he's a boomer era player? Would you say he's our era player, or is he a current player? Like a 2000s player? Or did he play in multiple generations? Because that's possible, too. He could have crossed over. Because that's what I'm thinking. The guy that I have in my head crossed over. I say that like he crossed over. Like he crossed over from... Anyway. Okay, so not that way. No, not that way. I'm thinking like Ghostbusters crossed over. Or whatever. Anyway, I don't fucking know. I have no idea what I'm talking about now. Okay, so we've got the Philadelphia Phillies, and we are on the road to take on the Phillies in this one. I don't know if I downloaded Veterans Stadium. I really don't know. But we're going to be taking on Philly in this one. Roy Halladay against Darren Dreifert. And so let's see what we got here. Oh, man, that's dark. I know. Okay, so I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna take one guess right now, because there's only 2 players. If you give that little tip hint, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the hint, you got to go to the chat, because I'm not gonna say it. But if you're giving that hint, that gives me 2 players, 2 possible players. One was not leading the league in triples, and he sure as shit probably wasn't getting a Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, an inside the park grand slam. So after eliminating that one, I'm gonna say that the answer to that question, I'm gonna take my guess right now. Who is the only player in MLB history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? That's a killer question. That's a great question. Roberto Clemente, Pittsburgh Pirates. That's going to be my guess. I was thinking Pete Rose, because Pete would run, and Pete had no problem taking out catchers, so I thought maybe. Okay, so we are in Game 1 of the series against Philly. Let's see. They are up 2, and we have 2 runners on base in the top of the 9th, and Ekstrom's coming to the plate. We're going to just simulate to the end of this. So we're already in the playoffs. All right, so thank you very much, sir. That was well done. I know, I did good. You did give me a big hint, though, there. That last hint was pretty huge, very huge. Okay, so we are just about to finish up the season. Andy Pettitte has a shutout going into the bottom of the 9th. Do we jump in and see if we can see Andy Pettitte, or if I can get the shutout with Andy Pettitte? Hell no. We're just going to let it play. We win the game 5-2, which means we have 89 wins. So this is the biggest game of the season. This is the biggest game of the season, ladies and gentlemen. We have already got our wild card. We're in the freaking playoffs. All we wanted was 90 wins. That's the goal. That's the goal. I mean, the goal is to win a World Series, but you're not going to win the World Series with 90 wins. Are you? Are you? My AGM, my JGM. Do you think we win the World Series with 90 wins? I don't know. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna simulate this just like we would. See if it takes us in, and it does. So it's the top of the ninth. There's one out. The score is tied at 0. We have runners on second and third with Vladdy at the plate. Hell yeah, let's enter this game. Let's see if we can't get some shit done with Vladdy. This team needs to win the game to go to 90 on the season. 90 wins. So imagine that this was a team that we couldn't win 70 the first season. Okay, and now we're trying to get ourselves 90 wins and a second straight playoff appearance in 4 seasons. That's pretty good. All right, Vlad Guerrero. Oh, I tried to take it down the line. I didn't try to do shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just press buttons. I'm a button masher. Okay, Billy Taylor against Vlad Guerrero. This is going to be down. This will be down.
1 and 2.
Yep. Yeah, see, I've been playing enough. I've been playing 26, though. 26 is actually really cool. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Except you have what? You have different rosters, but... Okay, that was inside. That was like me swinging in softball. Okay, here we go. Vladdy G. Big old pitch for Vlad. Big pitch. Oh, drop. Did that drop? It didn't drop. Okay, so we're going to get Ken Griffey Jr., baby. We're going to get Kenny Griffey Jr. No, I don't want a pinch hitter. Wait. Oh, we got to bring in a pinch hitter. Okay, here we go. JT Snow. JT Snow. JT Snow. JT Snow. Here we go. If you remember episode 1 of this season, or the first episode with this season in it, we accidentally picked up JT. Now he has a chance to get us to... Oh! No, too high. Too high! Get over the fence. God damn you, JT Snow. Alrighty. So we can't get it done here. Juan Encarnacion coming to the plate against Stefan Santiago and Juan Rena. Okay, and we're going to simulate out of this one. We don't really care. We're going to lose this game. Philly. The goddamn Phillies. So we can't get to 90 damn wins on the season, ladies and gentlemen. But who gives a shit? We made the playoffs, right? No. I want 90 wins. Damn it. Okay. Well, you know what? I blame the system. For that whole extra bullshit at the end of the year. Don't you? If you're watching? Okay. So congratulations, the Expos have finished the season at 89 and 73. We've made the postseason as a wild card team, and we'll be playing the Marlins in the first round. No. Okay, so we're taking on the Marlins, baby. We got 3 games with the Marlins, and we play them in Montreal. So that's a plus. And here's how it's going to look. Andy Pettitte will go against Livan Hernandez in game number 1, a big game 1. All right. And we've got Mike Mussina. He'll pitch against Carlos Duarte in game 2. Game 3 will be, if needed, right, will be Javi Vasquez against Glenn. Don't call me Greg Brady. So, yeah, that just pops into my head. I couldn't remember I'm like trying to think of the Brady kids' names. Glenn, don't call me Greg. How about Bobby? Don't call me Bobby Brady. All right, Javi Vasquez. Whew. Yeah, sometimes I just like read shit that's on the screen. I know, okay, there it is. All right. Anyway, so a good game 1. We'll have a good game 1. Andy Pettitte against Livan Hernandez. Wild card baseball. Oh boy. You know what? we're at the 124 mark of the episode. When we made the playoffs last time, I kind of screwed up, and that was all my fault. I really screwed up. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at our end of the season stats, okay? Before we jump into the playoffs and see what happens in there, we'll take a look at the season stats, then we'll take a look at the brackets, and then we'll jump into this, and we'll simulate through the 3 games, or we'll play the 3 games. I'm not gonna play 3 games. I would love to do like a play, record, edit thing and just put it out on the weekend. If you think that's pretty cool, I'll probably do that. And then next week we could, simulate if we make it. But okay, so Braves win the East, the NL East. They finished with a record of 99-63. The Expos come in second. The Marlins come in third. So we did pass the Marlins by a hair. Okay, so we got the Marlins by just a little bit here on the last couple games of the season. The Phillies finished 80-82, and the Mets finished 27 games back. If you look out in the Central, it's the Cubs and the Reds. They're going to make it to the playoffs. The Cubs take the division. The Reds get a wild card spot. The Pirates, Astros, and Cardinals finished 6, 10, and 17 games back, respectively. Out west, it's the Giants taking the only spot for the National League West. They finished 5 games ahead of the Dodgers. And I had called the Padres as a possible dark horse, but they end up 14 games back. The Rockies and the Diamondbacks continue to flounder out there in the West. The wild card looked like this: the Expos, Marlins, and Reds. That's your wild card from the National League. Of course, the Dodgers and the Pirates finished 4 games back. In the East of the American League, it's the Yankees taking the American League East crown over the Red Sox by 3 games. The Blue Jays also collected themselves a wild card berth as they finished 5 games back. The Orioles, they kind of fell off, and the Rays were never actually in the race. The Royals take the Central. The Twins are your wild card out of the Central. The Tigers and the Indians both kind of fell off. The White Sox, they never had a chance this season. The American League West looks a little bit like this. The Mariners take the West crown, so they are back in the playoffs for the first time since the first season here on the channel. They ended up making it to the American League Championship Series, where they got absolutely pummeled by the 1998 New York Yankees. So, good. Best of luck to the American League West champion Mariners. The Rangers and the Athletics, it was pretty tight. It's always tight in that division. I say that every episode. And of course, the American League wild card was the Sox, Blue Jays, and Twinners. So pretty common. Pretty what you expect. League leaders. Let's just go right to the awards. We don't need to look at league leaders. So our most valuable player in the National League was Mr. Sammy Sosa. He batted .293, had 49 dingers and 135 ribs. John Smoltz almost won the MVP, which means he probably won the Cy Young, but he almost won the MVP in the National League, coming in second. We look at the American League. It was Bernie Williams. 287, 39 dingers, 107 ribbies. Tino was a close second. Tino batted .336 on the season. Cy Young goes to John Smoltz in the National League and Pedro Martinez in the American League. I would love to see what 2001 really looked like. I don't remember who won the Cy Youngs and the MVPs, but that would be an interesting piece to see if it was actually one of these people. We take a look at the batting title in the National League. It goes to Greg Vaughn. He hit .322, 21 home runs, 79 RBIs. Vladdy Guerrero. The Expos, Vlad Guerrero, .311, 25 knocks, and 101 RBIs. And, of course, Paul O'Neill, .306, 16 dingers. American League batting title, of course, goes to Tino. I kind of mentioned that during the MVP race. The reliever of the year goes to Graham Lloyd. Holy shit, Graham Lloyd with 47 saves. and the ERA of 107. God, I wish he used to do shit like that with the Yankees. That would have been fucking phenomenal. Tim Crabtree is your reliever of the year in the American League. And Ramiro Mendoza, he kind of held that title most of the season, but he must have fallen off as the year went. Rookie of the year, this is always fun because these are all created people, but Robbie Shirley and Nate Cutler of the Angels. It's actually 2 Angels and a Red Sox there. The Hank Aaron Award, National League, goes to Sammy Sosa. American League goes to David Justice. Gold Gloves, here's what we want to see. We'll take a look at the National League. I'm not going to go through the full American League, except for shortstop, because I always like to see that. Gold Glove in the National League for pitcher goes to Livan Hernandez. Of course, Carl Pavano, the former Montreal Expo, now in his 4th season. He was a rookie with us with the Giants, and he comes in 3rd in Gold Glove voting. I don't know if that's an actual thing. Catcher was Jason Kendall. First base, here we go. Let's add a trophy to the trophy case, baby. Mark Grace picks up the Gold Glove. That's the 2nd Gold Glove for our Montreal Expos. First one was Ken Griffey Jr. in the 2nd season, and Mark Grace adds one to his adds one to the trophy case. Congratulations to Mark Grace. Let's see. Second base was Brett Boone. Third base is Chipper Jones. At shortstop, it's Alex Gonzalez of the Cardinals. Out in the outfield, in left field, definitely not an Expo, but Greg Vaughn. Center field, Andrew Jones. And in right field, it's Gary Sheffield. So we managed to get ourselves a Silver Slugger on the mound as well. We kind of roll through these, and Vlad Guerrero with a single Silver Slugger. So we get 2 awards in our 2nd season. You may have noticed that Ken Griffey Jr. is not in there. Ken Griffey Jr. was not in there. So Struggle City. We'll take a look one more time at our stats, our team stats. So just rolling through here. Big key categories, right? Key categories. We'll go runs on the season. That would be Kilvio Veras with 87. Hits on the season, Vladdy Guerrero, 186. Home runs, that goes to Vlad Guerrero with 25. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't get a 30 home run hitter. We have not had a 30 home run hitter in a while. 101 RBIs to Vlad Guerrero. Maybe Vladdy did it. Yeah, he did it last season. So I know, we'll see. Stolen bases, that goes to Kilvio with 27, Ekstrom with 22. I think Ekstrom could possibly have a bit of a power bat. We didn't see much of it this year because he only played in 102 games. That's 80 games he didn't play, right? No, 60 games. I don't know. I don't know how many games there are. Batting average leader, Vlad Guerrero. On-base percentage, Robert Ekstrom, Vlad Guerrero. Trot Nixon only appeared in 39 games, but played really well. He could be a starting left fielder next year because he can play left field. Maybe he's our starting left fielder. We have Ken Griffey Jr. in center, and we have Vlad in right. What do you think of that? Yeah, yes or no? Thumbs up on the board. Thumbs up on the board if you like that. Yeah, well, you know what? I have no idea. There's so many of these. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't know. I just put that shit on the board. Okay. All right. Our pitching looked like this. We had Mike Messina. Most wins was Mike Messina with 16. Saves was Trevor Hoffman. He had 40. Innings pitched, Andy Pettit, Mike Messina, Javi Vasquez, Ken Knott. Trey Moore kind of, we didn't put him back in the rotation, but you know what? We got to look at that shit because I don't know what's going on with that. Strikeouts, Andy Pettit with 184 ERA, low ERA. Trevor Hoffman out of the bullpen. Andy Pettit. Let's go starting pitchers, right? So ERA for starters was Andy Pettit at 281 whip, 115, and games pitched 33. So, okay. So that kind of gives you an idea. If there's anything you want to see, put it in the comments. I'll take a look at it. I'd be happy to. But I'm already starting to think next season, who does what. Obviously Veritek's with us. He's going to be with us. I think JT Snow is probably going to take over at first base from Mark Grace. We'll go out and get ourselves a backup. I got to really take some notes on this shit so I actually know what the hell I'm talking about. Second base will be Kilvio's spot. Orlando Cabrera will remain at shortstop. Our third baseman, that's going to be Ekstrom. And we'll probably go out and try to maybe make a bid to get a backup for Ekstrom as well. So I think we're probably going to be really tearing down that minor league system and kind of trying to build it back up that way. I think we have a pretty good core right now through this regular season. So we didn't get to the 90 wins, which was the goal, but and it sounds like we got a couple of good pitchers for probably a couple of good seasons. So maybe one more addition of a pitcher. Halliday goes. When we make that trade, maybe we can get some prospects. Prospects would definitely be huge. And I'm sorry if I'm starting to sound like a baseball fan, but I guess that's the whole point of this show, right? That's the whole point of this show. Really starting to think about the team and how we can get it to gel. Okay, so after a pretty good season, 2001 season, we are here in the playoffs. And here's what it's going to look like. On the left side of your screen, you know what? Let's just bring this in. Let's bring this in. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. Yep, and I'm going to slide this over so we can see. All right, boom. Here's the bracket. So on the left side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, all right, the Boston Red Sox are we'll go this way. So the 6th-seeded Minnesota Twins will take on the 3rd-seed Seattle Mariners. That should be a great series. Boston will take on Toronto. That's a 4-5. These are the wild card rounds, so these are 3 games. The Yankees, they were the 1 seed, and they get the bye. Kansas City, the 2 seed, also gets the bye. Taking a look out in the National League, okay, the wild card looks a lot like this. The Montreal Expos, the 4 seed, are taking on the Florida Marlins, who are the 5 seed. This is a rematch from the 2000 season, where the Marlins basically kicked the shit out of us. Okay, so we got to see if we can get something done here. We took their pitcher from last year's playoffs, and we added a couple of pitchers of our own. They're going to get to see Pettit and Vasquez in this series. So I don't think we've got the moose on the hill, but we will have Pettit and Vasquez. The 3 seed is San Francisco. The 6 seed is Cincinnati. I'm going to go Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Cincinnati in this one. Cincinnati has been a outright favorite. They've played super well every time we simulate here. So I think Cincinnati probably goes through San Francisco, through Chicago, and then loses to possibly Florida or Atlanta. I'm sorry, Florida. I already counted us out. Shit. Atlanta on their way to the World Series. So I think Atlanta might. We don't take down Atlanta, but I think Atlanta could possibly get themselves to a World Series this season. This could be the one. Let's get this back to the screen here. So, all right. You got to see that, right? A little bit closer. All righty. So, you know what? We're going to go right to the calendar. And I think there's a way for us to actually do this so we can see all of the games. I think. Boom. Okay. So there is a way to do this. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to simulate, I think, through as we go. So we know that the Blue Jays and the Sox are playing, right? The Expos and the Marlins. We're going to go ahead and simulate the game. And so the Blue Jays take down the Red Sox to take game 1 of the wild card out in the American League. Expos, Marlins, this is our team. Livan Hernandez against Andy Pettit. Game 1. And we're going to simulate that one. The Marlins kicked the living snot out of us. Let's go ahead and view the box score. Box score looks a little bit like this. The Expos, well, Grace had 2 hits. Guerrero had 1 hit. 2 hits for Cabrera, 1 for Veritek. Really not much happening. The pitching was not good. Andy Pettit really struggled. Looks like Scott Shields and Greg Swindell both gave up runs. So we take a loss. We take a loss in game number 1. So we go to day 2 of the playoffs. The Blue Jays trying to end their series. I'm sorry. Yes, trying to end their series with the Red Sox. And let's go ahead and simulate that one. Okay, so the Red Sox have made it a... Is that a 1-1 series? Yeah, so the Red Sox have made it a 1-1 series. No! What did I just do? Oh, bomba! Please tell me. Please tell me it saved that shit. Oh my God. Okay. I lost the damn play. Like, this is the second time I've done that shit. So we lose the playoff. Everything stays the same, right? Yeah, everything stayed the same. Whew. Okay. So now we just got to go back and accept the first day. The first day. Okay. So no games today. So we might have a chance to win because I did. I fucked up. That was awful. That was completely awful. I wish there was a way to make us lose the game. So Red Sox win game 1, 6-5. We win game 1. That's not right. That's not right. I might have to go in there and actually tank a game. I have to do that. Okay, Blue Jays, Red Sox, game 2. We'll simulate that one. And the Red Sox get the win from Wakefield, and they have won their series 2-0. So congratulations to the Red Sox. The Mariners, they beat the Twins. I'm sorry, the Twins beat them 5-2. Here's a good one. Reds Giants. This is what I was talking about, right? Reds Giants, and the Reds get taken down by the Giants 9-3. We go for win number 2, and we lose. Okay, so that's fair enough. That's fair enough, I think. Okay, day 3 of the playoffs, or day 3 of the wild card. So it's back-to-back-to-back games. The Mariners, let's see. So the Red Sox, that series is over. The Twins are trying to end theirs. Giants are trying to end their series, and we're going to have a game 3, so we're going to watch ours for sure. We know that the Mariners have tied the series. Reds Giants. Let's see if the Reds make it a series, so they're going to go to game 3, and we are going to jump in and play ours. So this is game 3. This is game 3, baby. This is game 3. So we made it to the wild card. Okay, we actually ended up ahead of the Marlins in the playoffs. I'm sorry, in the regular season. We've got about 18 minutes left in the episode. It should be enough to get through game 3. If you're just jumping in, we made it all the way through September. The Expos made it to the playoffs. We get a rematch with the Florida Marlins. We are at home at Olympic Stadium, and we're taking on the Marlins in Game 3. This is it. This is a win or go home. This is a win or go home. We've got Javi Vasquez on the hill. Taking a look at our bench, we've got JT to pinch hit. We've got Ekstrom to pinch hit. So we have plenty of options out there if needed. If needed.
Play ball.
So inning number 1, Javi against Brady. Brady singles. So a quick start for the Marlins. Kotze strikes out. Loretta singles. Moves Brady over to third. Felipe Marquez. Ooh, we caught Loretta stealing. Marquez flies out. So Javi gets out of the inning. Good job. Kilvio now grounds out. Grace strikes out. Guerrero is going to strike out. Tony Batista grounds out. Hernandez strike out. Delgado ground out. Ken Griffey, let's do something, right? Strikeout. Cabrera, pop out. Veritek, ground out. Barrett flies out. Glenn, don't call me Bobby Brady, strikes out. I said Greg earlier, but we're gonna go with Bobby. Oh no, wait a minute. There's 2 fucking Bradys on here. Okay, so there's 2 Bradys on this Marlins team. This is Jody. Don't call me Bobby Brady. Kind of mix that up. There's a strikeout. Trot Nixon. I am not a crook. He strikes out. Alfonso is going to walk. So we've got a runner on first for Javi. He pops out, and Veras is going to get a fielder's choice. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing here in a win or go home situation. We don't have any hits. We have no hits yet. Kotsay strikes out. Loretta grounds out. Marquez strikes out. So we're in the top of the fourth. We still don't have a hit. Grace grounds out. Guerrero singles. So he ends the hitless streak. Griffey double play. Okay, you know what? We're 4 innings into a win or go home situation. And Ken Griffey Jr. has been quite the letdown, in my opinion. So throw that up on the board, okay? Or throw it in the comments, or, whatever it is. 1, put a 1, put a 2. 1 for he stays, 2 for it's time to maybe have him go. Whatever you want to put on the board. But, yeah, he's been a struggle. He's definitely been a struggle here this season. And I'm a big fan, just the nostalgia and the Ken Griffey Jr., but it's like we're trying to build a winner, right? So, sorry, a little commercial break there between innings. So, top of the fifth now. Javi's going to stay out on the hill. So Batista makes it a 1-0 game. Hernandez singles. Delgado singles. Barrett singles, and it's 2-0. We got to get him out of there. Time to go to Moore. Come on, Trey. Brady sack bunts. Brady doubles. Kotsay singles, and it's a ground out. Oh, no. So it's 4-0. Glenn Brady to Cabrera to Veritek.
Take your base,
Nixon
ball 4.
walks. Edgardo grounds out. Trey Moore will stay out there. He gives up a single. He gets. Batista fielder's choice. Hernandez fielder's choice. Delgado singles first and third. Barrett. Bottom of the 6th. We're down 4-0. This is win or go home, ladies and gentlemen. Be like 6 or 7. What's that? 6 episodes of work trying to get him here. We get him here, and then we're gonna lose in 3 freaking games to the goddamn Marlins again. Trey Moore singles. It's fucking Trey Moore. Trey Moore just got a single. My goodness. Let's see who can run. Okay, Baroa's got some speed. Welcome into the game, Howie. He's going to run. Kilvio
Ball 4. Take
walks.
your base.
We got first and second for Mark Grace. He hits into a fucking double play. Guerrero grounds out. Okay, so it's time to take him off, obviously. Top of the 7th, we'll go to... Let's see what they have. Left, right, left. Let's go to Embry.
Pitching, Allen Emery. Now coming into pinch hit.
Gets the ground out.
Redman.
Gets the fly out. Gets the ground out. Okay, good job from Embry. So we're down 4-0. We have just 2 hits in this game. 2 hits. Griffey Jr.
Now pitching, Vic.
reaches on an error. Cabrera flies out. Veritek, fielder's choice. Nixon, singles. First and second for Edgardo Alfonso. Ekstrom's coming in for him.
Roberts.
And he grounds out. Boy. Boy. Oh, boy. Loretta
Ball 4. Take
walks.
your base.
Marquez
3.
strikes out. Batista doubles in a run. It's 5-0.
Take your base. Ball
Walk
4.
for Hernandez. Fielder's choice. 2 outs.
Ball 4.
He
Take your base.
walks Barrett. Okay, Darrensburg's going to come out.
Pinch hitting. Dave.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
Now pitching,
Shields comes in,
Scott
and he gets the fielder's
Shields.
choice. So we're in the bottom of the 8th. Got a righty-lefty
Pitch hitting,
matchup.
JT Snow. Now pitching,
JT
Ball 4. Take your
walks.
base.
Herrera.
Kilvio
Take your base. Ball
walks.
4.
So we got first and second in a 5-0 game in the bottom of the 8th. Mark Grace
Ball 4.
walks.
Take your base.
So Felix Heredia has walked the bases loaded for Vlad Guerrero. And he singles in a run. Ken Griffey Jr. with a chance to keep this team alive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, we have got a chance here. Felix Heredia walked the bases loaded with nobody outs. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate. And he sack flies. So it's a 5-2 game with only one out. Cabrera coming to the plate.
Now pitching.
Gabe White comes in.
White.
Double freaking play. Oh, no. Oh, we had a big chance there. Okay, so we're going to go right, left, right. So we're going to bring in. You know what? I'm going to Holiday. I'm bringing him. I need some help here.
Holiday.
It's a strikeout. Gets the ground out.
Ball 4.
He
Take your base.
walks Loretta. Okay, bottom 9. It comes down to this. Veritek.
Now pitching. Alexi.
Single sleet off the
Alexi.
inning. Trot Nixon. Do we have somebody to pinch hit? He's a righty. I think we stay with Nixon. Bobby Hens. Bobby Hens is out there. Okay. Bobby Hens. He saved us a couple times in the past. But we're going to go with Trot.
3.
He strikes out. Ekstrom. Doubles in a run. 5-3. Ho, 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 baby. Bottom of the 9th. 1 out. Runner on second. We have no lefties. Here's what we have. If you're watching right now, this is what we have. Look at the situation here. Bottom of the 9th. 5-3. We win, we move on. We lose, we go home. Right? So I've got LaDuca that can pinch hit. And I need a pinch hitter. I got LaDuca, I got Henley, and I got Chu. So what do we do here? We got some speed on base. Ekstrom can run. We know he can run because early in the season we had him stealing bases. But he's going to stay right where he is. I'm not trying to steal because I'm not gonna risk losing a runner here. So it's like we got a pinch hit either way. So who do we go with 1 out? I mean, LaDuca, we know he can hit. But Henley can hit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. All right. I like that. My AGM is thinking the same way I'm thinking. Right? Bobby Hens coming to the plate in a big spot. For the Spos. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. All right. Swinging.
3.
And he strikes out. Holy shit. Kilvio Veras. So our whole season comes down to Kilvio Veras. And we're going to go check this one out. We got to. It's the last out of the season. Possibly the last out of the season. Bobby Hens, the Expo for life. He struck out when we really needed it. Utah has actually taken the lead. Okay, so let's go Kilvio. They got the towels waving here at Olympic Stadium. We got Ekstrom on second. Kilvio takes one low. Good job. Good. Oh, wait, that's me. No wonder why he took it low. For Christ's sake. Oh, my goodness. I'm the one taking it low. No, I don't want to hit. You got to pay attention, dude. Come on. Okay.
1-1.
There we go. Kilvio. And he'll probably swing now because it's not me. Watch. Ah, shit. That was low, too. He should have been swinging at that. Kilvio had a pretty good season. Not so good here in the playoffs, but he had a good season.
1 strike away.
Yes! No. Damn it.
Out. Series over. They are off to the
Take a look at that, folks. Take a look at that, folks. The Marlins have beat us again. Again. Joe Torre worked up, a little pissed off. You know, came here from the Yankees to try to win a World Series, and not happening. Not happening.
Well, you said it. Winning is always a challenge on the road, but even more so in the postseason. It showed me a lot in this series, and I think this win is going to...
Bummer. Bummer. That's okay. Now we get to do this, right? Now we get to just sim through the rest of the playoffs, and then next week we'll be doing some fun off-season shit, right? All right, so now we get a little fun stuff. We'll get to put our... let's go ahead to advance the day. We'll advance another day. So this is what it looks like now. We have got Boston and New York. Ooh, that's a good one. Boston and New York. Minnesota and Kansas City. Florida and Atlanta. Kind of like I called it, right? And Cincinnati snuck out of the wild card, taking down the Giants. I said that would happen. I said it could happen. I saw the Cincinnati-Chicago matchup. So who's your pick now? Because I'm just gonna simulate through this real quick. Who's your pick to go to the World Series? I'm gonna go with in the National League. I'm going with Atlanta. I think they finally get it done here in our 4th season, and the Yankees coming out of the American League. That's just the way I'm going to go. It was a tight NL East race most of the season, but I'm going to go with that as we advance through. So, so the Yankees take Game 1. Kansas City takes Game 1. Chicago's up 2-0 in that series with Cincinnati. And let's just go back to the calendar. I kind of like that. So the Red Sox and the Yankees, this is game number, I don't know. That's a 5-3 Red Sox win. That's an 8-1 Royals win. Okay, and then we got, I can't keep track of it, but Kansas City's up 2-0. Let's just go do it this way. It's the best way. So Chicago's up 3-0 on Cincinnati. Atlanta's up 3-0 on Florida. Oh, okay. So those are over. Those are division series are only 5 games too. Okay, well that is what it is. So Chicago advances. Atlanta advances. We've got Boston and the Yankees. That's a 1-1 series. Kansas City and Minnesota is a 2-0 series. Minnesota takes a win. The Red Sox have now jumped out 2-1 on the Yankees. Boston and Kansas City have moved on. So the Yankees, who made it to the World Series in 98, 99, 2000, they're out. They are out. Atlanta is trying to get into the World Series for the first time here on our show. So we'll see if they can get past the Chicago Cubs. Now, in the real world, Boston had yet to win their World Series. They hadn't ended their streak, and the Cubs hadn't ended their streak. So wouldn't it be just freaking the shit if we got to see that, right? And who knows, maybe we'll have a little fun with that and actually watch some of that stuff. But so Boston, Kansas City, Chicago, Atlanta. Okay, my 2 teams are out. I had the Yankees. Oh no, I have Atlanta. So I got the Yankees and Atlanta. Atlanta's still in. Our junior GM says Cubs take it all. Let's see if the Cubs can. Well, let's see if they can get past Atlanta, right? And we go. Atlanta takes game 1. Boston takes game 1. Atlanta taking game 2. Kansas City ties it up. Chicago gets back into it. Atlanta goes up 3-1. Boston goes up 2-1. Boston and Kansas City are tied. Atlanta and Chicago now. So Chicago's jumped back in. It's now a 3-2 Atlanta lead. I think Atlanta takes game 6. Oh, Kansas City just took the lead. So we have a we're going to Game 7 in the Atlanta-Chicago series. So let's go to the calendar. Let's go to... Okay, so we have got Game 6, right? Game 6, Boston. Yeah, so Game 6, Boston, Kansas City. And we've got Game 7, Cubs, Braves. So we have one for the Cubs, one for the Braves, right? So I picked the Braves, and the JGM picked the Cubbies. So we're going to go ahead and simulate. Let's simulate that game, see who's going to the World Series. Who's it going to be? The Braves. So the Braves, led by one of the best pitchers in the game, heading to the World Series. This series could be over if the Royals win and the Red Sox say, nay, nay, we're going to 7. 7th game, Sox-Royals. And here we go. And it's going to be the Red Sox and the Braves in the World Series. Okay. So we're right here. We're at the 2-hour mark. We're going to finish the World Series. Then we're going to call it quits for the evening. So tell me right here your prediction. Who wins how many games? Who's going to be our World Series MVP? Right? So I'm going to go like this. I think Nomar is still on the Red Sox, but we'll just say which team they come from. I think Atlanta wins in 6 games, and John Smoltz is the MVP of the World Series. That's just my guess. So I'm gonna simulate that here in just about a minute. So if you're watching, go ahead and throw that up on the board. Let me know what you think. We're here. This is a 2001 season. So we simulated with the Expos. We made it all the way to the playoffs, lost in the wild card. We actually got a win this year, though. We managed to win 1 game in the wild card against Florida before being eliminated. It came down to a chance, too. We actually had a chance in Game 7. I'm sorry, in Game 3. We were down 5-0, worked it back to 5-3, and I couldn't get shit done in the last inning. So we know what we have to do next year. We definitely know what we have to do. And when I say that, I mean like we know what we have to get done. We need some pop in the bats. I think we're a little too old. But okay, so I'm going to simulate this now. We're going to go ahead and simulate this. So I've got Atlanta. I can't pick Boston. I can't. I as much as I don't want to pick either one of them, but I have to pick somebody here on the show. I'm going to go with Atlanta. And I have them winning in 6 games with John Smoltz being the MVP. So we're going to go to the calendar, and we're just going to do this. We're just going to do this way. Let's go ahead. So Game 1. Game 1, Sox, Braves. This one is in Atlanta. And Boston takes Game 1. Chen Smoltz actually loses. Rob Nen comes in for the save. Game 2, also in Atlanta. Atlanta ties the series up. So John Franco gets the win in relief. Rod Beck gets the save. Rod Beck, man. Holy shit, Rod Beck. Alrighty, so Game 3. World Series Game 3. This is at Fenway, and the Sox take it 2-1. So here we go. This is going to be Game 4. This one's in Boston. Boston has a 2-1 lead in the series, and they go up 3-1. Boston trying to win their first World Series. Well, in going back, if we went back in time, 2001, they're trying to win their first World Series since 1918, I believe was the number. So this could be a big one. So the No Fear says Sox in 5. Junior GM says Sox in 6 with Pedro being the MVP. I forgot about freaking Pedro, man. Okay. So here we go. Let's go back and take a look at so it's 3-1 Boston. Okay, it is 3-1 Boston. And I didn't simulate it, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Can I do it this way? Oh, I can. We can just... Oh, I gotta pick a team. Okay, well, I will be Atlanta because that's who I was going to be anyway, or who I would be. But we'll just... This is at Fenway. We're not watching the game. We're just gonna do the old management thing, right? Benitez, George Jones, Nomar. See, I told you Nomar was still there. David Justice, Mo Vaughn. Mo Vaughn wasn't on the 2001 Sox, I don't think. But, again, I started in 98. Right? World Series, baby. This is it.
World Series on MLB The Show coming up. The Atlanta Braves and the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it does that shit.
And getting the start for the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah, I can actually play the game like this. I totally forgot about this. You can just make the calls during the game. You can be the total manager. But we're not going to do that. Nah, we're not going to do that. That'll take too long.
No ball.
Oh. You know, I totally jacked it up. All right. So, we'll watch the first inning here. I'd like to do this like in the last last inning.
You're out.
Oh,
3.
stop. Stop. There we go. That's what we want. We want a quick manage. Oh. It won't let me.
3.
Okay, so here's what we got here. If you're watching this, so the Braves are up 1-0. Top 3, they're up 2-0. I can't. It's so fast. I can't stop it.
3. 3. You're out.
Oh, the Braves are getting them. So you called it in 5, right? Sox in 5? No.
First base. 3.
Look at that lineup that they have, though. The Braves have a killer lineup.
3.
If you can follow it, and fast.
3.
Okay, so they're killing him. They're killing
Ball
him.
4. Take your base. 3. You're out. 3. That's ball 4.
So the Braves take him 3-1. I got to do it the other way this next time to actually be able to see it. But that was good. At least it wasn't over. Get to watch the little Braves ass whooping. Maddox 3-1. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is game 6. So we're going into game 6, right? No, I don't have any games because I suck. All right, let's see. Game 6, Sox Braves. Let's see. I don't want to play it though. Here we go. That's what we want. A little quick manage.
Let's play ball.
Okay, now we can actually watch it. So we don't have to be a team. That's pretty cool. Okay, so Nomar Garciaparra is going to lead off. And I'm just going to go quick. And he's going to ground out. Vina, this is game 6 of the World Series. Braves, Red Sox in Atlanta. Justice hit by a pitch. Vaughn, fielder's choice. Martinez.
3.
All righty. Millwood out on a hill.
3.
Johnson's going to double.
Take your base. Ball
Grissom
4.
walks. That's first and second. Martinez singles in a run. Holy shit. Pedro Martinez with a World Series RBI. And there he goes. See? Psh, Junior GM said Pedro, the MVP. Could happen. He gets out of that inning.
3.
They get out of that one.
3.
Pedro gets out of that
3.
one.
3.
Pedro. There's a single for Cordero. Triple for Vaughn. So they have a runner on third. 2 outs. Andrew Jones at the plate.
3.
He strikes out. Millwood.
Ball 4, take your base. 3.
Vina singles.
3.
Okay, so we're in the bottom of the 5th. Pedro on the hill. He's pitching pretty well. He's only given up 3 hits. Brent Maine.
3.
Make it out of it. Vaughn
Ball 4, take your base.
walks. So they can't get anything done. So this is a 1-0. This is a killer game, man. This is game 6. Boston trying to win their first World Series since 1918. They got Pedro on the hill. He's pitching a freaking gem.
3.
He's holding down Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones. This team is good. All right, Millwood still out there.
3.
Garcia Parra's going to single.
He's safe.
He steals a base. There's a double for Vina. That makes it a 2-1 game. That could be huge. Justice. So Vina gets thrown out at home plate. Okay, so Pedro still out there. He's having a good game. But Vaughn starts off the inning with a double.
3.
Jones is going to strike out. Maine grounds out.
3.
Thomas strikes out. Is that fucking Frank Thomas? No. Is Frank Thomas on that team too? Man, that'd be crazy if he is. Okay, so I think we got to get him out of here. I feel like they would take him out because I'm not in charge.
3.
Okay. Pedro's still on the hill against Brian Jordan. Bam. So he makes it a 2-1 game. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Frank Thomas. So I know you might not be baseball fans, but look at that freaking lineup. Biggio, Chipper Jones at third, Vaughn in left, Andrew Jones in center. Frank Thomas is batting 7th in this lineup. Frank Thomas is batting 7th in this lineup. That is some crazy ass shit. This lineup is good. That's probably why these two teams are in the World Series. That's probably why we're watching this shit. Okay, Pedro
now pitching for Boston
is out now. So
Timlin.
Mike Timlin's coming in. This is a top of the 9th. Brian Jordan. I'm sorry, this is the bottom of the 8th.
3.
Brian Jordan hit a home run, right? Biggio, Cordero. Okay, so top of the 8th. Millwood's still on the hill. I don't know why. Do I have to take him out? I think I do. We got righty, lefty. So we're going to go to
Now
Lightenberg.
pitching for the Braves, number 46.
There's
Pitch
a
hitting
double.
for
It's,
Boston,
they threw him
number
out at home
16.
plate. That could be huge. They cut him down.
3.
There's a strikeout. Okay. Bottom 9. It comes down to this. A 2-1 game. Boston trying to win their first World Series since 1918. This is the first time in our world that we had a no Yankees, no Reds World Series, right? Well, except for we had last year with the Marlins. But this is huge. This is huge. Going to be the first team to win a championship in our world that was not the New York Yankees. So Chipper Jones.
Now pitching for Boston, number
3.
There's a strikeout. Greg Vaughn
3.
strikes out. And it is time to enter the game and see if we can watch the last at-bat of the World Series. Or a tie.
If you just joined us, John.
No. So Andrew Jones coming to the plate. Rob Nen on the hill. And we're not in old Atlanta, which is crazy.
Jones.
That one's going to be outside. Rob Nen, the guy was a stud, right? With Florida and I believe the Giants. This is game number 6 of the World Series. This one's up the middle, and Andrew Jones is going to keep the series going. Doesn't want to end it. Oh, Boston has seen this shit happen before. Oh, game 6, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Oh no. Yeah, we've seen this before. If you're a Red Sox fan, you know what could be happening here. Okay, Brent Maine. Brent Maine could walk it off. Nope. He's going to swing and miss at a 4-seamer at 97 on the gun.
If he can't do that, keep the line moving.
Wowza.
Walk or just
Okay,
base hit.
Brent Maine
You gotta stay within yourself.
from Nen.
And that
That's a
is in
strike.
for a strike.
So they're down to their last strike.
0-2.
This is it for the World Series.
This could end it.
Oh,
the inside
and he
corner.
misses it inside.
Down 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss.
And that's it. They are World Series champions.
All right, man. So we got to see Boston win the 2001
Congratulations to
World
the
Series
World
right
Series
here
champions.
on Montreal
Incredibly
Monday.
special team.
Unfortunately, we
So proud of these players. I know
couldn't
the
get it
fans
done.
back in their
Oh, look at
own
the
town.
Braves just
Everybody
crying,
going nuts right now.
crying
It's
in
gonna be
their
such an
beers,
amazing
man.
reception
So they
when they
finally